guest parking. Welcome. I just drove 3.5 hours to get to the Ramsey headquarters. This is not my final destination. I'm actually going on a several-day road trip to a state I've never been to before. Of course, I have been to Tennessee, and I've been to Nashville before on more than one occasion. This is right outside of Nashville in the rich people neighborhood, I guess you could call it, Franklin. Beautiful place. Enjoyed driving here. On my way here, I thought I was almost here, so I knew it was one of the upcoming buildings, and the first building that I assumed it was turned out to be the Caleb headquarters, so I guess this is big Christian company headquarters location street, I guess. So, but we'll go inside Ramsey headquarters and see what we can see. But first, I do need some lunch, and as you probably assume from me visiting Ramsey headquarters of all places, I am on a budget, so I brought my lunch with me. Shameless plug to subscribe. I feel like I'm in a Ramsey zoo. Oh look, there's a Dave. Every visitor can get a free cookie and drink, and I'm just sitting here waiting for the show to start.
Ramsey personality, #1 best-selling co-host of the Smart Money Happy Hour on Ramsey. Hey.
Hi, how are ya?
This is y'all.
If you don't know Dave's co-host, that is his daughter Rachel, and it looks like her daughter is working here also. Let's see how many of the books I've read. I think I've read one of the financial pieces, I don't remember which one. Total Money Makeover, read that one. Not the Money Answer book. I do want to read Entre Leadership, but I haven't yet. Total Money Makeover, like I said. Smart Money, Smart Kids I've read. I think I've read The Legacy Journey. Definitely read Rachel Cruze's Love Your Life, Not Theirs. And Breaking Free from Broke. Definitely read that one. Oh, and I listened to the audiobook for this one.
Explaining why I cannot afford to.
$1 million, anybody. Yes, if you have a net worth of $1 million, you can buy a new car.
I can afford it.
Sorry, America.
I want you to be able to afford it.
Doing this.
I want you to be able to afford it.
100%.
And so, now, as we were harder on our scripture today, Isaiah 43:18 and 19. Forget the former things. Do not dwell on the past. See, I'm doing a new thing. Now it springs up. Do you not perceive it? I'm making a way in the wilderness and streams in the wasteland. Albert Einstein said, a person who never made a mistake never tried anything new.
I live like no one else, and now I'm going to travel like no one else. I guess it's living like no one else that is allowing me to travel today like no one else. This stop, I spent over 4 hours here. It cost me a grand total of $0. Free cookies and coffee, or chai in my case. I was tempted to buy a book, but I ended up not because they don't accept credit cards and I did not have enough cash on me. Oops, accidental savings. Now I do want to give the disclaimer that I don't actually fully follow the Ramsey plan. I didn't tell Dave that because, you know, he gets mad at people, and my mom texted back when I sent her the picture that I took with him that he actually looked happy with me, which is rare for him. So yeah, I do use credit cards, but I pay them off every single month. And I've never been in debt, so it's not like I need that discipline necessarily. I think Ramsey is for people who have been in a lot of debt. It's a great way to get out of debt. I recommend it for people in that situation. and I think a lot of the principles are still great, but I also bought my car new long before I was a millionaire. I'm still not a millionaire. I don't know why I said it like that. And that was the big argument that Dave and Rachel got into today, because they both agree that you need to have $1 million before you buy a new car, but the way that they were phrasing it caused them to get in a little tiff with each other, which is kind of funny. Stopped for gas at the cheapest gas station I found so far on this trip. Was still reflecting on sitting in the Ramsey Show for 3 hours. I think a big thing that a lot of the callers called about wasn't specifically money problems. Money problems was just problems stemming from relationships problems, which I know I'm single, so that kind of gives me an advantage, sort of. In other ways it doesn't, because I can't combine finances with somebody else, but just that does remind me that it's really important to work on your finances, and even more importantly, work on your relationships. It wasn't just relationships with spouses. There are also people calling with money problems regarding their relationships with their parents or their kids or extended family or even just friends or things like that. So yeah, that's something I really want to focus on as I go about my relationships that I currently have and any future relationships. I mean, I do hope to have a good, strong relationship with my kids and teach them money principles, and don't have to be on the same page as everyone necessarily, but just having an understanding of where they're coming from and being able to understand what you believe about money and communicate to figure out what's the best way is to move forward. That's really the important thing. First money spent on the trip, under $40 so far. And also $6.51 from the attached grocery store. Hi guys, just checking in, wanted to let you know that I made it to Knoxville and decided to get a hotel room for the night, so I'm staying at a Days Inn. It was pretty much the cheapest place on my route, and it included free breakfast, and I still have Hotels.com credit. So I enjoyed my drive. It was beautiful most of the way. There were some highways and stuff that weren't quite as beautiful, but I loved driving through the farmland and stuff. Still reflecting on my time at Ramsey Solutions. I do hope to go there again someday. It was great to see both of the personalities that were hosting today. Seeing Dave Ramsey, of course, he founded the company, and his daughter, who I've read several, if not all of her books, and I like watching her show Smart Money Happy Hour. But I also like watching her co-host on Smart Money Happy Hour, George Camel, as well as his own standalone show. So he's probably the one that I most relate to. I really liked his book more than any of the others that I've read from Ramsey before. So I hope I can see him sometime. I was considering going back through Franklin on my way back home. I don't know if I will do that. One of the issues is you don't know who's hosting the show until you show up. So I could show up and see Dave and Rachel again, or one of the other hosts that I'm just not as familiar with. But anyways, it was a really fun day. A really long day of driving. I'm kind of glad I'm just kind of here stretching now and getting ready to go to bed. I am tired. I did lose an hour coming from Middle Tennessee to Eastern Tennessee, so even though it's 9 o'clock where I live, it's 10 o'clock here, but it actually feels like 10 o'clock, so I think I'm going to turn in for the night. Good night. Good morning. I am glad that I decided day of to book a hotel. I think that would help a lot me getting a good night's sleep, and now we're going to be on the road for 4+ hours. But there is one stop along the way that I just found out about this morning. I think it'll be a lot of fun. I just looked up the internet this morning on my phone and this ad popped up, so I'm kind of excited to go. And here we are at the Bush's Baked Beans headquarters. I'm gonna go to the visitor center. I will say that it smells strongly of beans in the air. Kind of interesting. But I really enjoyed the drive here. It was a little bit out of the path I was taking, but I think it's well worth it, especially just the drive on its own was beautiful. It reminded me of when I went to Pigeon Forge back in February, spent a week there and went to Gatlinburg, and other places in East Tennessee, so very happy to be back in East Tennessee going through a different region. I do want to go to the cafe when it opens. It's still another 45 minutes or so till it opens. They have a pecan and pinto bean pie. That sounds, let's just say, interesting. Woohoo! Oh, it smells so strong of beans. Okay, it's funny that there are two companies, at least the two most famous companies they labeled were Bush's and Clinton, like the presidents.
Now, just buzz the house a few times, and that should do it. Enjoy Bush's Big Beef.
Oh, I can't get to it.
I'm feeling older, so I go for the robot.
Okay. My beans. Now it's time to head to the cafe after a really fun time at the museum. Oh, and there is the original Bush home. These are their new bluey baked beans. They're not blue. That's good. I'm wondering what the Rocket Pop ones look like though. And now that I've eaten the appetizer, here is the main dish. The chocolate pecan pie. Really good. Like a brownie. And it's time to hit the road again. Well, that was a fun stop. I didn't even think about how much it connected to my stop yesterday at Ramsey. They're both family-started companies that now employ 1,000+ people. And Ramsey always says that if you're in a lot of debt, you need to eat lots of beans to help you get out of debt. So they should come up with some sort of partnership.